Yo, yo, what up, what up? Okay, Coach D. So here is what we're going to talk about today. Okay. Listen up, folks. Okay. We're going to talk about why cardio is making you fatter. Because if I was to ask anybody, man, anybody online, anybody that I talk to, like, what do you think you need to do in order for you to lose weight? What do you think you need to do to lose body fat? The first answer that everybody always fucking says is, I just need to do more cardio. I need to do more cardio. I need to do more cardio. Bah, wrong. Cardio is actually what's making you fatter. Here's why. Okay. Let me explain why it's making you fatter. Okay. Actually, before we get to that, when it comes to you losing body fat, the only way your body is going to burn body fat is if you create a consistent calorie deficit. Okay? What does that mean? Look at me. Look at me. See me that little window? Look at me. You gotta burn lots of calories and limit your calories. Okay, see that gap right there? Whenever you limit your calories and you burned a bunch of calories, you're going to force your body to dig into body fat. Okay, if you don't, you ain't losing shit. So for those of you, the guys that ain't losing any body fat, well, that's why. Because you ain't creating a fucking calorie deficit. Because if you were, you'd be losing 100% of the time. All right. Now, when it comes to doing cardio, here's why cardio is making you guys fatter. Okay. What you guys don't know is that cardio is not how you lose fat. Okay, now these magazines and all these TV shows and all these influencers of fucking cardio, you need to do this cardio, because they're trying to sell you shit. Okay, trying to sell you some bullshit. I ain't trying to sell you shit. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you how to fucking lose this shit. Okay, all right. So cardio is not going to help you lose fat, especially if you're not in a calorie deficit. You fucking just wasted your time. Okay. Now, here's why it's making you fatter, though. Okay. When it comes to cardio, and the reason why you do not want this to be your main source of my pen ain't working, damn it. Uh, the hell happened there? Anyways, all right. It froze up on me for a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna go off the cuff. Okay, but the so what happens is whenever you do a bunch of cardio, what happens is your body starts to waste muscle. Okay, you have to think of your body is always trying to conserve. Okay, so number one is muscle wasting. So if you're gonna go do a half marathon and you're gonna go running fucking 5 miles a day, 10 miles a day, you are going to waste muscle. Do you know what happens when you waste muscle? Do you know what happens whenever you waste muscle? You look like shit. Okay. Your metabolism slows down. Okay. That means that because you are now running 5 miles a day, but you're still eating like an asshole and going fucking eating it in and out and all this other bullshit, and you're still overeating your calories, guess what? You're still going to get fat, even though you're running 5 miles a day because your diet is shit, right? Now you have less muscle, right? Muscle is like having like a V8 engine, okay? The more you have, the more calories you burn, okay? Now you're wasting muscle, which means your basal metabolic rate is going down, meaning you don't burn as many calories during your workout or the whole rest of the day because your body's burning calories 24/7. So when you do a bunch of cardio, you're gonna lose muscle. Now, I actually recently, let me tell you a little story. So just a couple weeks ago, my wife did a half marathon. Now she doesn't do the half marathons for her fitness. She just does this shit for fun, right? Because she's fucking crazy. Okay. But I took my two youngest sons, because I have four sons. I took my two youngest, which one's 17, the other one's 8. And I took them to the event so we can go support mom, right? And I was like, listen up, boys. I'm going to teach you guys a little life lesson because they haven't actually been to an event like this before. And I'm like, I want you to pay very close attention to the people who are running these marathons. And I want you to pay very close attention to what they look like, right? So after we were in there for a few minutes, right? My oldest it looks over at me. He's like, Dad, everybody looks like shit. I'm like, exactly. Exactly my point. Okay. And the reason is because these people who do these marathons, okay, the reason why they look like shit is because for one, they have no muscle. Okay. So they tend to be very skinny fat or just straight fat. Okay. So they have no muscle because what happens is when you do a bunch of cardio, your body's trying to become as efficient as possible for survival purposes. Okay. The reason it does everything is for survival purposes. So if you're doing all this fucking cardio shit, it's thinking like, fuck, we're burning way too much calories with all this muscle. We got to get rid of this shit because it's fucking, we want to turn into more like a Honda Civic, right? We don't want to be a V8 engine. We want to be like a hybrid, right? They want to be a Prius. So it starts cutting out all this muscle, right? And that's why your cardio is making you fat. That's one of the reasons, right? Because if you don't have all this muscle, then you continue to go eat some stupid ass shit, then you get even fatter, right? You go look at any of these marathon runners, these half marathon, they look like fucking shit. Scrawny ass arms and chests and shoulders and legs, and they got guts, right? And the reason for that is, as well, is because they carb load before, they carb up during, and they carb up after. Never, ever, ever dipping into body fat. Okay. And they all look like shit. Okay. So cardio is not how you lose fat. Okay. So the first thing is muscle wasting. Second thing we're going to talk about is for whenever you do a bunch of cardio, it also tends to, most people, it also tends to trigger, and there's reasons for this, cravings. Okay. And the reason is, and a lot of people don't know this, is because of it's because they're dehydrated and they have an electrolyte imbalance, right? They're not getting enough salt, right? Because the salt has sodium in it, which is an electrolyte, right? So when you're not getting enough of that, it'll trigger cravings, right? Most people don't know that, but what ends up happening, they go do all this fucking cardio, and then they're ravenously fucking hungry after, they get fatter, right? Now, another factor that a lot of you guys don't know, and this is especially important when we're talking about for men, is that all this fucking cardio destroys testosterone. Okay. Destroys it. All right. So, fellas, do you want to feel like a man? Right? Do you want to feel like a savage? Or do you want to feel like a bitch? Because if you go do a bunch of fucking cardio, you're going to destroy your testosterone, right? And a man, if he's taking care of himself, high quality care of himself, his testosterone levels should be 800 to 1,000 plus. Okay, I've got a client that's 66 that's got over 1,000 testosterone. Okay, he's 66 years old naturally. Okay, because he follows my regimen. All right, so the being a man, the only thing that separates you from being a bitch is your testosterone. All right. Your shit needs to be high. Okay. If you want to feel good, you want to look good, you want to build muscle, you want to feel ambitious, you want to feel happy, you want to feel energetic, that comes from your testosterone. And if you do a bunch of fucking cardio, your test is gone. Gone. You're going to be at like 100, 200, 300. Okay. And then you're going to feel just like absolute shit. Right. So that is why your cardio is going to make you fatter. Okay. Now let's talk about how you can actually, the most important things that you need to do in order for you to actually lose fat, right? Like you're here because you know you're on this fat loss journey, but here's what you need to understand, that it has to go in this order. It has to go in this order. Okay. If you want to actually lose fat. Okay. Let's move over here. Okay. Where'd my little thing go? Why is my shit all fuck? I'll just put it on here. Screen's all messed up today. Damn technology. Okay. So here's the first thing that you need to make sure that you do when it comes to you losing fat. Number one, your diet needs to be dialed in. Okay. Diet is number one. This is 90% of your fat loss results. Okay. Read that again. See that? Diet is number one. Number two, lifting. Lifting is how you burn your calories mainly, and how you build your muscle. Now, when it comes to your lifting, you don't just go to the gym like a little bitch and do 3 sets of 10, resting 5 minutes in between. No, you do multiple moves per set. Okay. Supersets, triple sets, right? Multiple moves per set. Then you rest briefly and then you repeat that, right? And then you do fucking 9 exercises a day, right? Like you got to go in there and put in work, right? And the more intense your workout is, the more calories you're going to burn. You can literally get shredded doing no fucking cardio at all. Literally, just straight up diet and lifting intensely. Boom. You can literally just do that, right? But if you want to accelerate that, as long as your diet is dialed in and your lifting workouts are great, right? Which you want to make sure that you can do on top of this to accelerate the process, because your diet's dialed in, right? So your calories are going to be limited. Now we're lifting intensely to create that calorie deficit even more, right? And then what we're going to do on top of that is we're going to throw in some sprints, right? To increase that deficit even more, right? And the reason why we do sprints or some other form of HIIT, right, is because these are not muscle wasting. Okay. Sprints utilize the same muscle fibers as lifting. Okay. The same type 2 muscle fibers, right? So whenever you're doing all the steady state cardio shit, it's going to be hitting more of the endurance fibers, right? When you do sprints and high intensity type stuff, you're going to be hitting those fast twitch fibers, which is going to help you retain those. And it's also great for your testosterone levels and great for boosting growth hormone levels, right? As well, too. Right. So when it comes to you trying to get shredded or losing that body fat, or I just want to get toned, right? Like some of you guys say, it's all the same thing. It's all fat loss. It's all fat loss. Getting lean, getting shredded, getting ripped, losing body fat, losing weight. You guys are all seeking the same thing. It's all body fat reduction. And it's all the same fucking progress or process, just different degrees of it. Right. So it's the same shit. All right. It's the same process. So get your diet dialed in, right? Hit those macros because that's 90% of your results, right? Lift weights. The majority of your workouts should be coming from lifting weights. And then once those are dialed in, you can throw in some sprints, right? At the end of that workout or on a separate workout, or you could even do it this way where you could do it like this, like this. Shit. Where's my little bar? This is weird. You can do it like this, dude. All right. So Monday, so you're going to do it like this: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could do, and this is for you beginners. Okay. You can lift, right? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you do some sprints. Do a nice gnarly sprint workout, right? And then Sunday, just walk 10,000 steps. That's a full week right there. Boom. Right? Now, if you're more advanced, lift Monday through Friday, do some sprints on Saturday, and walk on Sunday. Boom. Right? Boom. So literally that easy, you guys. So anyways, that is why your cardio is making you fatter. And this is what you should be doing instead, because you guys are wasting your fucking time going in the gym and getting on the fucking elliptical like a little bitch. Okay, you ain't gonna do shit. Okay, you burned 200 calories. Then you fucking went to In-N-Out after and ate fucking 2,200 calories. Okay, you just fucking wasted your time. All right, so stop doing fucking cardio. Dial in your fucking food because that is number one. Lift and sprint. Got it? Okay, let's go. See you on the next one.